Welcome to the Awaken, Heal, and Thrive podcast. I'm very excited today. We have our second guest on the show, and today it's Sandra Pelley. Sandra and I will be chatting for the first 11 minutes, but after that, we're going to go into a 36-minute guided meditation, and Sandra does request that at that point you give your full attention to the process. So these first few minutes, you can do whatever you want, but once we get to that guided process, if you would either give it your full attention at that time, or if you cannot, then pause the podcast and come back to it when you've got 36 minutes where you can be fully present. It's an amazing process, and you will so benefit from giving it your full attention. Thanks very much. Sandra is an inner peace mentor, confidence coach, and visionary of the Guide Academy. As well as on her website, her work can be found at the Metaphysical School and Membership for Your Soul. She's been a frequent guest on the Transformation to Joy Telesummit. She's done mastermind classes with her mentors, Marilyn Alaria, Angela Anderson, Dustin Reichman, and Lisa Peterson of The Mindful Millionaire. In 2017, Sandra discovered how to live in the energy and manifest her dreams into reality. Her ability to flow in the energy to discover epi-centres that are ready to be worked with helps her clients and students move beyond their obstacles. Her passion is that she does see the incredible you, and together, you and her can draw this beautiful part of yourself out to live the life you were meant to. Her book, A Spiritual How-To, tells of her journey and contains simple tools and advice. The second edition is available now. You can get it on Amazon. Sandra is currently writing her second book about her spiritual journey and the beautiful experiences that are possible when we accept death. Sandra Pelley, also known as the Sandini, offers a huge variety of services. These include a spiritual how-to program, her unique medicine wheel program, higher self one-liners, manifesting by living in the energy, soul readings using tarot and oracle cards as portals, animal communication, chakra workshops, basic shaman courses, and channeled meditations. And Sandra, if they just wanted one place to go find you, what would that place be?
SandraPelley.com. That's the easiest way to find me.
And you better spell that.
Sure. The spelling on that is Sandrapelley, P as in Peter, ELLEY.com. SandraPelley.com.
Awesome. Okay, good. Today, we are going to focus on getting into the fifth dimension and having that apparently just be your regular, ordinary state. And that gives greater confidence, greater flow, and all kinds of awesome benefits, right?
That's correct. Our physical body is in the lower dimensions, and that has the five main senses: the sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. And what I love to do is move people into the higher dimensions where we're taking those senses into a feeling rather than an actual physical sense. And that helps us to move into the awakening of our body, the thriving in our body, as well as the healing that can be done on those levels. So in essence, we're really adopting the quantum physics, the quantum of our body, rather than the physicalness of our body.
Would another way, I know what you're talking about from my own experience. What I would say is there are equivalents of those senses at a higher level. And they're like much more intense, much more psychedelic in a way. And there's, my experience also is when you get to another state, you can try to verbalize it here, but there's just no way. Your no words are not going to even come close to the experience. You just kind of have to be there to get what you're talking about. But
Exactly.
Are you also saying that, some people think about, I'm going to an altered state, a higher state, and I'm going to be just a lump down here. I'll be worth nothing. I'll be all blissed out and non-functional. You're saying this will actually help you to be more functional in your 3D life, and to have this augmented consciousness actually improves your human experience.
Exactly. In essence, what you're doing is you're changing your awareness of things. So your awareness, it means that now when like a bird just flew by my window and it flew from left to right. And in that, I get the sense of where I'm moving. And each of the things that we do in our life, when we have this heightened sense of awareness, different things start to come in. A prime example of this is my husband's been suffering with an injury for quite some time. And man, it comes up and it really knocks him on his keister.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah. And in fact, it happened right at the beginning of a month-long trip that him and I were doing. And it really affected his mountain bike riding, etc. And I had this different music on in the background and it was playing. And just as I realized, like, oh, that's not the type of music my husband listens to, it actually empowered him and helped him to move into this state of, oh, wow, I just realized where this injury actually originated. And once you realize something like that,
Hmm.
man, your whole life can change because you can then actually feel it from a whole different sense of being. Yeah.
Wow. So how can someone listening to you now access that higher state you're talking about?
I have some beautiful mantras that I absolutely love to use, guided meditations, and also breath work as well. And your book as well, like the
Oh,
invocations.
oh,
Yeah.
thank you. I didn't expect you to plug my book, but I'll take it. So are you going to be giving information or experience while we're on this podcast today that people can use to access that state just from doing this?
I would absolutely love to do that. I'd love to do a guided, and when I say guided meditation, what I mean is that I literally step out of the way. I kind of start to set up the grounding, and then I allow whatever wants to come through from our compassionate spirit guides for the highest good, for the most benevolent reasons, and the greatest good of all. And we really flow in the energy of going where the guides would like to take us, but it
Mm.
is always in our best interest because we have the ability to move from that, what I said about that lower dense vibration into that higher, as you call it, blissful state. And then it's up to you how you want to move out of that at the end of the process. I mean, you can just with a thought, we can tap back into how we felt in that moment. And that's what I'm talking about by being in that fifth dimension is when we just think about feeling good, we're already starting to make that conscious decision to move into the fifth dimension senses.
Okay, so just to be clear, some people, when they hear move into the fifth dimension, will assume, well, that means I'm moving out of this dimension. But I'm getting more of a both and vibe. The fifth dimension is completely including this 3D experience, but enhancing it. So you lose nothing and gain a dimensionality that helps you function better here. I'm understanding that correctly?
Exactly. So it's just like the chakras. People are either aware that they have chakras, which are energy portals within themselves, or they're not aware that they have them. They're still there. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like we have the ability in our physical body to be in many different dimensions, whether it's the third, fourth, fifth, and above. We have the ability. I mean, there are definitely ones that are higher above that are we're now moving out of the physical body in a far different way. But ideally, in the third, fourth, and fifth and sixth dimension, we can definitely be there. And just like you and I are talking, I honestly feel as though I am in the fifth dimension as I'm speaking with you. We're holding beautiful space together. You
Mm-hmm.
and I have the this beautiful sense of what we want in our lives, how we want to help people in our lives. So we tend to walk in that kind of experience more frequently. And that's what I'd like other people to do as well. I think the whole world would be a better place for it.
Oh, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, even as we're speaking, do you feel that frequency that kind of locked in about a minute or two ago? Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, and hopefully someone who's watching or listening to this, if they're sensitive, they'll be feeling that vibe too. And that in a sense is already inviting them into that fifth dimension, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of grace work in here. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. So what else do they need to understand intellectually before we go into your actual guided experience?
Well, as I go into the guided meditation, I truly just set it up with the words that I'm saying to begin with. And one of the most important things to be aware of is that to be open with no expectations, no limitations, of being okay with the outcome. And I actually will breathe our way through that
Hmm.
during at the beginning, as well as, being open to receiving. Because
Okay.
so often we like to give. So be open to receiving what's
Mm.
coming in for yourself because you are so worth it.
Okay.
And this will help to cement in or to aid you in the energy. And I use the word energy a lot because I talk about feelings. Like my whole book, the first book, the spiritual how to, is about feelings. And that's what the fifth dimension is. It's the feelings that we want to
Mm.
inspire in ourselves.
Okay. So before we move into the process, does this require a person's like undivided attention? Do they need to not do anything else for the period while you're doing this guided thing? They shouldn't be driving or multitasking or whatever.
Well, I think always we should, if we're going to be sinking into something that's going to affect us in a very big way, that we should not be driving. We shouldn't be heavily drinking alcohol, et cetera, that we want to be in a conscious state where we have the ability to pay attention to being what's said. I mean, the energy, like I recommend to my clients, my academics, my students, that if they are doing things and they have to do other things, like say going to bed at night, then they can just turn off the volume, but have it playing in the background still. At least then you're not going into that depth, right? In a different way. Driving, I wouldn't be driving and listening to heavy meditations, like guided channel meditations, because they're asking you to be a co-partner in there. You're a co-creator. Your energy's coming in and co-creating with us.
I say the exact same things on my Awakening Plus calls. I can actually feel it if I'm leading a process, even if someone's off doing it from the recording. Like I can tell, okay, there's a disruption. Whoever's not fully with us, please be present,
Yeah. You could do one of two things. You can either be totally present during the whole piece, or have writing paper and pen handy to make crib notes for yourself, like small notes during the process as well. It depends on what your comfort level is during the process. And having water handy so that you've got the ability to drink, because water helps it to flow through our physical body as well, the energy of that.
Fascinating. Yeah, when I do my morning meditation, I keep my phone, and if I get a great idea, I'll just capture it real quick in the phone and put it back down and continue. To me, that's even better than writing these days, because my handwriting's gotten so terrible.
I know what you mean. Yes.
Cool. Anyhow, okay, so are we ready to start our process?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so take it away.
I ask that you feel into your soles of your feet on the ground and these beautiful roots, thinking deeply into the earth. That you are tapping into the gravitational pull and the grounding that Mother Earth has to provide for you. Feeling the flow of that beautiful energy and everything that she wants to help you with, flowing up through your body, through your chakras, through the root, the sacral, the solar plex, the heart, the throat, the third eye, the pineal, the crown chakra, the causal chakra as well, and even further up through the dimensions. Asking your mind, body, and soul to do whatever it needs to do to heal in this space. Asking you to be open with no expectations, no limitations, and being okay with the outcome. Asking you to be open to receiving and feel the consciousness of that, being open to receiving. Taking a moment to create this beautiful energy vortex around yourself. And when I talk about the energy vortex, it is that feeling of being in a state of awareness on one hand, but also to a sense of peace, a sense of calmness. So imagine yourself in a beautiful space that you cherish, whether that's curled up with a blanket, whether that's laying on a beach, whether that's on a mountain, in a hike, whatever that is. Give yourself over to those feelings. I also will let you know that there may be an opportunity to hear light language during this, as I do work very closely with my light language and with other guides. So being open to hearing and getting the sense of the feeling, knowing that there's no need to understand what the light language is saying, but give yourself over to feeling what wants to come through, the healing that wants to come through. And as we're in here, we're shifting to a higher vibration, consciously, subconsciously, unconsciously. We're shifting into a higher vibration. And when I say all three of those, know that it is so, know that it is happening. Feel the energy of what that's doing in your body. You may get this tingling feeling, a different sense of temperature, or you may feel nothing at all, but you're still in a state of knowing. As I'm doing this, I'm also working with the quantum symbols, creating them. And as I'm creating them, feel yourself letting go of today's stress, strife, maybe whatever negative feelings or thoughts you may have had, and invite in your compassionate spirit guides. This may be one guide that's showing them prominently, or maybe the sense of a group, such as a group of angels all around you. Know that they're all here, whomever, collectively, working for the highest good, for the most benevolent reasons, and the greatest good of all. Interestingly enough, I've been asked to just do rapid scans and really feeling where the energy is being asked to be brought to. And it feels very much like solar plex energy is being asked to be worked with today. Solar plex energy is that ocean of emotion, that awareness of what we're feeling. So let me give you just a brief description of that as well, that it's about this beautiful, thin, very, like you can't even see it. It's such a thin line that there's no ability to actually see this line. But what happens on either side of this is quite remarkable. On one side of this is anxiety, fear, the lower vibrational feelings, which are okay to experience at times. But when we're making the choice to make powerful changes for the good in our life, we're being asked to actually step over the line and into the other side and step into your life. And there is a marked difference in that. So I'm just going to give you a moment here where, for a moment, just kind of step into the one side. And it doesn't matter which side you're going on. I'm not going to tell you left, right, front, back. Know in your heart that whatever side you're stepping to, feel what it feels like there, and then step into the other side and feel what it feels like there when you've made the choice to step into your life versus being in fear or anxiety or stress. So just take a moment to do that. It's very intriguing because when we step into that side where the fear and the anxiety are, our body actually becomes quite evident. But when we choose to step into that side where we're stepping into our life, it's almost like you can hear the birds singing. You can feel the lightness of the air. And that's what being in the fifth dimension is all about, is just now you're aware of some change in your body. Take a moment to breathe through that. Stepping into the being aware, connected, and even claiming to be all-knowing while you're stepping into your life. That you know that you're in a safe space, that you know that you have support, that you know that there is love there. Embrace yourself and listen and breathe. I am love. I am loved. I am loving. I am lovable. I love me. I am divine love. I love myself. I'm asking you as well to connect with that inner guidance, that little you, that small self, the inner childs. They reside in the solar plexus. Invite them to step into your life. Feel the energy of something that you would absolutely love to do with that childlike version of yourself. Whether it's swinging, sliding, skating, skiing, biking, coloring, playing with clay, hopscotch, skateboarding, the list goes on. Ask that part of yourself, what do they want to do? Indulging in this part of yourself right now with your little you, that beautiful inner guidance is so important. Give yourself a moment to experience what your little you has to share with you. And however your little you is showing up, embrace them, hug them, let them know that you're there fully to support them. I love you. You are loved. You are lovable. You are loving. Again, I love you. You are divine love. Together, we are so powerful. And envision this beautiful path in front of you. There's no right or wrong as to what that looks like, but know that you have it within your power to change it to something you're comfortable with if you dislike it. And as you're going down this path with your little you, feel how you're going down this path with that little you, that inner child. And ahead of you is this beautiful scene, this wonderland. I'm asking you to be open, with no expectations. No limitations. And being okay with the outcome. That as you go into this beautiful wonderland, you too are becoming a child to experience the wonder, the magic that's there. What's coming up for you? What's showing up for you? Even if it's just beautiful colors, welcome them into who you are. As you're here, the possible rifts between you and your inner child, that little you, that small self of you, are being healed. You are being woven together in the most simplest of ways, powerfully, just like Peter Pan sewing his shadow back on to the fairy. Feel into who is coming in to help you in this space. Feel the love that's radiating, that's coming deeply into who you are. Feel that in your belly. Feel that in your heart. Feel that in your pelvis and your sacral chakra. How it's grounding you. How it's coming up to your throat chakra. And it's inviting you to care about yourself. That there's something that you may have been putting off. It's inviting you to take a closer look at the benefits. Eskilhotta, heskilmatta, skitte, heskiteetta, taskitilotte, amahea ita eota, eam, hea hea ete, etiskilota epa, eskomte, otiskiteta, eskite. Feel the joy of youth. Whether you've experienced it, are experiencing it, or want to experience it, give yourself over to experiencing that. And notice the beautiful ripple effect that is going out from you with this. Feel the power of all those inner childs, all those younger versions of ourselves, collectively feeling this joy, this love, this healing, and that we're sharing this on a worldwide humanity scale. That it is beautiful that these smaller, younger versions of ourselves know to connect in at a subconscious level with everyone, with anyone. This is the power that we have because it is for the highest good, for the most benevolent reasons, and the greatest good of all. That we are adopting back in this part of ourselves. And it is all right to feel emotional. It is all right to giggle, laugh, cry. Maybe you're not feeling anything at all. That's absolutely okay too. Know, though, that it is happening. That this is happening in every realm, every dimension, all the way through our DNA, RNA, into the molecular and cell structure. Those beautiful light energy that's in our cells is being magnified. All you have to think about is the light in your cells. Is it lit up? Light it up. There are no words necessary. Do it with a thought. Imagine that switch, like a light switch. Just flick it on. We are this beautiful light energy at a cellular level, at a soul level. Bask in that for a moment. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine every day, every day, every day. Feel this at the soles of your feet, the palms of your hands, and the crown chakra at the top of your head. Feel this light shining. This is your connection with Mother Earth, with the healer within yourself, and with the divine. Feel all those molecules and cells within your body coming online with that in a powerful, synchronized manner. I am the light. I am the healer. I am that I am. And feel that through your back. If you're laying down or sitting, feel that in your back, all through the back part of your body as well. Really embrace that, accept that in. Much better. And if you feel wobbly, connect in with the frequency that feels good for you. Look for it, feel for it. It's right there. With that breath, inhale and exhale. Beautiful. And then ask your physical body to raise that frequency even more. But it's comfortable this time. It feels more in line with who you are, where you want to go, and who you want to be. Many of us are here to serve the greater good. Know that in aligning yourself, that you are assisting the greater good. But it's just like putting the mask on in a plane. You're taking care of you first. That you are drawing in all of this beautiful light, that you're igniting the light within yourself. I also ask at this time that the healing really weaves in. You may be drawn to take this to a certain part in your body, or maybe you're just doing an overall healing. This could be around expectations. It could be around a physical ailment. I'm feeling very powerfully the presence of white buffalo calf woman. I'm asking that I move myself out of the way, further out of the way. I feel the song within each of you. With this light embracement, you bring the song to your heart, to your soul, to the mystical web. Feel into the energy of that beautiful mystical web that you are. That all those cells within your body are the mystical web, as well as that which you are divinely creating a beautiful ripple effect in. And if you would like to, send this beautiful magic out there to whomever you would like to, consciously, subconsciously, or to everybody. There's no right or wrong. There's no judgment. And feel it coming back to you as well. And just breathe for a few moments in this space, in the bliss and the feeling. I very strongly feel the energy of how we are all here holding hands, smiling, looking at each other deeply in each other's eyes. And we are truly seeing how magnificent we each are. We're seeing how magnificent we are in the other's eyes. And there is so much love and adoration. Know that this is within you, past, present, and future, beginning, middle, and end into infinity and beyond. It's within your mind, body, and soul. The me, myself, and I. The mine, yours, ours. The little you, the physical body, the higher self. It's all the way back to the master bodies, all the way back to the divine, and all the way forward back to us. Know that it is there. Know that it is here. That it is within and without. In all directions. And as you sink into your physical body, know in your heart of hearts that you are a new, empowered, light being. Feel the power of that. Feel the strangeness possibly of that in your body, the heaviness of your physical body, but the lightness of the joy, the love, the respect for yourself in this moment. Being in gratitude to our guides, being in gratitude to our little selves, being in gratitude to our physical body for letting this occur, for being open to receiving this. Feeling into your body even more deeply, coming back into this beautiful sacred space. Feeling the sense of what's right, the ripple, how truly connected. And even in the palms of your hands, the lingering touch of the others who participated, who shared space. And in your thoughts, in your heart, coming back into the space with the I am confirmation and connection of your name, whether it's the first name, first and last name, all your names, or the name that you spiritually go by. So as I say, I am, in your heart and thoughts, say your name behind that. I am. I am. I am. And so it is. And so it shall be.
Good medicine there, Sandra. Thank you.
Wow.
Juicy.
Yeah. I never know. And I was listening to a podcast on Gaia yesterday, and they said something about stepping into the awe. And I took that to be exactly what we just did. Like, I'm in awe. Like, it's just like, when you're in that state of awe, right?
Mm-hmm. That's all right with me.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Benjamin, for providing this space.
Thank you. So obviously I'm pretty altered. I'm just going to assume that at least some of the people listening to this or watching are in the same space. Is there a way to rekindle this consciousness that's like a fast and easy way to do it without having to like listen back to the whole thing again that you would recommend to folks?
Yes, for sure. Honestly, just think about your molecules, your cell. Just like when we were in biology or
Mm-hmm.
drawing a circle on a piece of paper, that's our cell. Just imagine that a flashlight is going off in it, and allow
Mm.
yourself to step into the energy of that, and then a heart, feel the love.
Mm. Nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, that's just amazing. Thanks for that amazing experience. Um, any other thoughts you want to share before we wrap up the episode?
I would highly recommend that people drink lots of water right now to let that really sink in on a cellular level as well. Our body is so much water. The final thoughts that I'd like to share with everybody is to truly step into it's small mind shifts. It's small mind shifts that bring us into the awareness that I am open and the I am love mantra. Those alone are very powerful tools as well.
Hmm. Wow, beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, you carry the light really beautifully. Thank you. It's an honor to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah, I had you on you presented for my Awakening Plus membership. It was like 2.5 years ago, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and I remember just how enthusiastic the feedback was from the members after you finished. They just couldn't stop asking questions and praising you. And it seems to me you've gotten even better since then. So well done on your own evolution.
Thank you. I appreciate that. The acknowledgement of that, because I could definitely feel it within myself. Yeah.
Yeah, I love when I connect again with a person, can feel, oh, they've upshifted for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So once again, you can reach her at sandrapelley.com, SandraPelley.com. And you can link to all of her stuff from there. And anything at all before we wrap the episode, Sandra?
That I do see the incredible you. I truly do. And that's what I ask for each of you, is to see the incredible you within yourselves.
Thank you.
Thank you, Benjamin.
If you enjoyed this podcast, you might also like my free online mini course. It's called Instant Divine Assistance, your free guide to fast and easy awakening and healing. It'll teach you how to invoke your own embodied awakening and healing and put it all into a simple daily practice. You can also check out my best-selling book that develops these ideas further. It's also called Instant Divine Assistance. In its first week, it hit #1 on Amazon in 11 categories and has tons of 5-star reviews. Finally, I have an online membership called Awakening Plus, where you can significantly speed up your spiritual evolution. Its slogan is also the name of this podcast: Awaken, Heal, and Thrive. You'll find links to all this wonderful stuff in the show notes.